Wherever you are, we are.
Follow us on Threads at KNX News.
2:44, I'm Rob Archer.
And I'm Karen Adams. Coming up,
All this heat could be having an impact on something you depend on every day.
he's running for the U.S. Senate, and today he joined actors and writers on the picket line.
Traffic's brought to you by Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Here's Tom.
All right, got a problem on the southbound side of the 110 at the 405. I told you about the delays over here. Some serious front-end damage done to a vehicle, some damage done to the transition road as well. So emergency crews are over there. I'm seeing slowing on both sides of the 110, north and southbound near the 405. Southbound 405, earlier crash near Studebaker's clearing, but it's already busy out of the South Bay from Artesia Boulevard, and it will stay slow all the way down to the 605. The 710, very, very slow. We had an earlier multi-big rig crash in Long Beach. That's what's causing the problems back near Del Amo Boulevard. And we got a call from tipster Heather about a problem in downtown LA.
And I'm traveling northbound on the 101 in downtown LA, and there is a silver BMW in the fast lane disabled right before Vignes, and it's slowing everybody down.
Yep, and we got another problem being reported on the 101. This is the Hollywood Freeway at Gower. A disabled vehicle blocking the number 4 lane there as well. Duran Duran returns to Yamava Theater August 20th. The British rockers will electrify audiences with hits like Rio and Hungry Like a Wolf. Tickets on sale at YamavaTheater.com. Duran Duran live at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. August 20th. Must be 21 to enter. Your next reports, 2:55 from the Simpson Automotive Group 24-hour traffic center.
As if the heat was not enough, now we have the humidity to deal with as well. Some tropical moisture wrapping around our big ridge of high pressure has certainly increased the humidity everywhere south and west of the mountains today, and it likely will stick around tonight and tomorrow. That does have some tangible effects on our weather. It'll limit the heating during the day, Los Angeles topping out in the upper 80s as a result, but it also limits the cooling at night. Tonight is going to be a very warm night, with many of you not dropping below 70 degrees. So not the best sleeping weather because of the increase in humidity. Another warm and humid day tomorrow, mid to upper 80s in and around Los Angeles and Irvine and Anaheim, the 5 metro corridor. As we go inland, you're going to be up near triple digits, and the inland deserts will likely hit 103 to 105 with less humidity on the other side of the mountain. We will see slight cooling on Wednesday and Thursday, but then we warm up again back to these levels that we had last weekend. You can plan on that again this weekend, which means another run at 90 degrees for LA, but cooler at the beach with highs continuing in the 70s. I'm KCAL meteorologist Paul Diano for KNX News 97.1 FM.
Right now, 92 in Pomona, 75 in Newport Beach, 79 degrees in Inglewood.
As we've been telling you, we're right in the middle of this nasty heat wave, and the last thing you need is for your car to break down. John Baird reports.
At Pit Stop El Segundo, the number one thing they see when we get smacked by a heat wave is a rush to get the air conditioning fixed. Adriana Aguilar is the office manager.
People wanting to get their Freon refilled so they can not hesitate with not having AC in their cars, because that's mainly one of the biggest problems here.
That's manageable, servicing the AC, but when the engine itself overheats and you keep driving around on it despite the warnings on your dash, you can fry the whole thing. Alfredo Lopez is the shop foreman. He says one customer did that recently.
Too long without the water, yeah, and he popped the engine.
Yep, he blew it up because he kept driving on it without the coolant, and it cost him a small fortune.
Yeah, we replaced the engine.
What does that cost?
He's paying like $7,000.
That could ruin your whole day. The best thing you can do, they say, is to check your fluid levels on a regular basis. Make sure you have enough oil and you have enough coolant in the radiator. In El Segundo, I'm John Baird, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
And if you're looking for ways to cool off, you can win tickets to Wild Rivers Water Park in Irvine in our Timeline contest. That's coming up at 5:23 this afternoon.
Pay raises are finally outpacing inflation after 2 years of falling behind. Here's Chris Sedens.
Private sector workers' hourly wages, according to the Labor Department, are up more than 4% in June from a year earlier, while consumer prices in June rose 3%. That marked the second straight month of gains after 2 years of raises being erased by price increases. Kriti Gupta is a market analyst for Bloomberg.
The problem from a business angle is simply that just means that they have to hike up prices to make up for the wages that they're paying. What that does, if everyone hops on that train, is make it even harder to kind of pay for things. It essentially fuels inflation even further. So even though you are making more, it'll all balance out because in the inflationary environment will be just as expensive as what you are able to afford.
And the financial relief for workers will only manage to further complicate the Federal Reserve's efforts to tame price increases. I'm Chris Sedens, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Lots of people are heading to their local public pools to escape the heat, but many facilities are struggling to stay open. Reporter Matt Bigler has a snapshot from Hayward up in the Bay Area.
Lifeguard positions have been difficult to fill ever since the pandemic started.
Across the board, there is still a shortage, as there was last year.
Pete DeQuincy, head of lifeguard services here, says many water facilities are reducing their days or hours.
All over the place, they are running short on lifeguards.
Third-year guard Shelby Resnick thinks the problem is bigger than COVID. She says not enough young people are learning how to swim.
They're choosing to stay in and do other things rather than going out there and trying to help other people.
Matt Bigler for CBS News, Hayward, California.
2:50, time for your money.
Have you applied for a loan lately? Did you get turned down? You're not alone. The Fed says the rejection rate reached nearly 22% for the 12 months ending in June, the most in 5 years, as lenders turn more cautious. Technology shares led the way as Wall Street resumed its advance after a 4-day winning streak ended Friday. Dow Industrials climbed 76, the S&P gained 17, the Nasdaq jumped 131. Eli Lilly is seeking FDA approval for its Alzheimer's drug that has been shown to slow the disease's progression. Donanemab is expected to compete with Biogen's Leqembi, which was approved earlier this month. Cannabis gummies are gaining in popularity, so much so that they now outsell smokable marijuana. Researchers at BDSA say 49% of cannabis consumers asked were using gummies last spring versus 47% who used the flower. I'm Bloomberg's Larry Kofsky from the California Deluxe Windows Money Desk, KNX News 97.1 FM.
The lifeblood of SoCal shut down.
There's a crisis in Hollywood. Actors are now joining writers on strike.
Only KNX News is tracking the developments.
We're not going to take this anymore. You people are crazy.
And the impact.
We've been compromising for a long time, and at this point, we're finally putting our foot down.
Depend on KNX News 97.1 FM.
Spectrum One brings you seamless connection. Get Spectrum One. You won't be stressing with our fastest download speeds. Advanced Wi-Fi security. Free nationwide 5G. Come get just what you need with Spectrum One.
Hey, the song ain't done. Let me tell you a little bit about Spectrum One. No diggity, doubt the best deal in town. $49.99, how that sound? Hey.
Visit spectrum.com/the1. Restrictions apply.
The second half of the baseball season is here, and each game means a little bit more. We're talking pennant races and wild card chases, with each pitch bringing us closer to the playoffs. The free Odyssey app lets you listen to live play-by-play of your local team. So, no matter what you're up to, you'll never have to miss another game. Download the free Odyssey app today and keep baseball close by all summer long. That's AUDACY. Odyssey.
This is a message for all of LA and surrounding counties for homeowners. If you want to sell your house, but only the thought of it gives you a headache, We Buy LA has great news for you. We Buy LA can help you avoid any headache and will buy your house for cash in as-is condition. And you won't even have to do any repairs, cleaning, or paying any fees. Just call 323-238-2000 for a fast and easy solution and sell your house today. We buy all kinds of houses, inherited houses, vacant houses, fixer-uppers, and also beautiful houses. All you need to do is call We Buy LA at 323-238-2000 and let We Buy LA take care of everything for you. Call now, 323-238-2000. That's 323-238-2000 and get the peace of mind you.
The Aquarium of the Pacific is mourning the loss of its beloved octopus, Grindylow. The giant female octopus was estimated to be about 3 to 5 years old, which is the species' typical lifespan. The aquarium says Grindylow died a week ago of natural causes. The giant Pacific octopus is known for its intelligence, its camouflaging ability, and of course, its size. They can grow to more than 20 feet long and weigh more than 100 pounds.
The jackpot for tonight's Powerball drawing estimated to be about $900 million. That would make it the seventh largest U.S. lottery prize. Nobody's matched all six numbers plus the Powerball since April. And if Mega Millions is your game, that jackpot is now $640 million. Two people in Southern California matched five of the winning numbers on Friday. They each won more than $200,000.
Nonprofits in L.A. will be sharing $12 million in grants from the Jeff Bezos Earth Fund. The foundation says the money will be used to develop more urban green spaces with more parks, trees, community gardens. Among the local recipients is the group Pacoima Beautiful, which will get $3.5 million for its project to reshape 4 miles of the Pacoima Wash. It's 2:55.
Let's get a look at traffic. Here is Tom Tran.
Still looking at delays on the southbound side of the 710. We had this earlier multi-big rig crash, but the backup starts at Long Beach Boulevard, right into Long Beach. Northbound side also slows at about Anaheim Street up towards the 405. Eastbound side of the 91, we've got a crash just past Atlantic Avenue. That is slowing things down from the 110, and it's going to stay pretty busy until you get past Lakewood Boulevard. Same with the eastbound 105. That delay starts over at the 405, and then you're going to see yourself struggling all the way over towards Norwalk, the 605. Also jams up in both directions. Southbound side slows back at the 60 into Santa Fe Springs. The northbound side slows from the 105 basically up towards Whittier Boulevard. Southbound 110, earlier crash. That's gone. Traffic slow, though, out of downtown L.A. And the Hollywood Freeway jams up starting back near Santa Monica Boulevard, solidly into downtown. Your next report, 3:05 from the Simpson Automotive Group 24-hour traffic center.
Dangerously hot temperatures this afternoon. Heat advisories in effect until 11 p.m. Overnight lows tonight will be down into the 60s. We've got dense fog coming tomorrow morning. Then it's going to be sunny. Highs getting up to 100 in the valleys, 105 in the Inland Empire, 90 in the basin, and we will see some mid-70s at the beaches. We do have a very slight cooling trend expected through the middle of the week, but don't enjoy it too much because it's going to be very brief. Hot weather will roll right back in towards the end of the week, heading into next weekend. So it's definitely summertime. Right now, we are reading 82 degrees in Carson. Santa Clarita's got excessive heat warning in effect right now, 96 degrees, and 87 degrees right now in Orange.
Coming up here, what CBS is doing as it switches things up for its fall lineup because of the Hollywood strike. It's 2:57.
Thanks for finding us and for listening live to your favorite news and talk on your smart speaker. But make sure you take us with you wherever you go by downloading the free Odyssey app. You can listen to us anytime, anywhere, and also discover similar podcasts and channels to keep you up to date, informed, and entertained. Hear your favorite news, talk, and so much more anytime and anywhere by downloading the free Odyssey app and registering today.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-966-3144. That's 800-966-3144. 800-966-3144.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Spectrum One brings you seamless connection. Get Spectrum One. You won't be stressing with our fastest download speeds. Advanced Wi-Fi security. Free nationwide 5G. Come get just what you need with Spectrum One.
Hey, the song ain't done. Let me tell you a little bit about Spectrum One. No diggity, doubt the best deal in town. $49.99, how that sound? Hey.
Visit Spectrum.com/the1. Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room. but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
We're always live on the free Odyssey app.
KNX, KNX FM and HD Los Angeles.
All that matters to you in Southern California.
Coming up on the LA's Afternoon News, the LA City Attorney is urging city council members not to join the actors and writers on the picket lines.
Big changes in the CBS primetime fall schedule because of the strike.
And rescuers pull a person from Park Lake in Willowbrook.
This is KNX News, 97.1 FM.
It's 3 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Staples.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. More brutal heat is blanketing at least 14 states today, including Arizona, where Phoenix just tied a triple-digit heat record. It's been more than 110 degrees for 18 straight days.
The heat feels like when you preheat the oven and you open it up to stick the food in, that heat coming from the oven is like the same as walking outside of your house.
At least 12 people have died from the heat this year alone in Phoenix, but the medical examiner is still looking into dozens of cases. Meantime, wildfire warnings are ramping up in California. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti is there.
Here in Riverside County, California, triple-digit heat for the rest of the week with an excessive heat advisory in effect through tomorrow evening. Cal Fire warning a single spark could ignite another wildfire.
In Pennsylvania, at least 5 people have died in flash floods as rescue workers scramble to search for a baby and a 2-year-old. Scott Ellis is the family spokesperson.
Our family would like to extend our deepest gratitude for the enormous efforts of so many emergency personnel who have been working tirelessly in dangerous and difficult conditions, and their commitment to bringing Conrad and Matty home is unwavering.
The U.S. is reacting to Russia's decision to basically cut the world off from crucial grain supplies from Ukraine. Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
The result of Russia's action today, weaponizing food, using it as a tool, as a weapon in its war against Ukraine, will be to make food harder to come by in places that desperately need it and have prices rise. We're already seeing the market react to this as prices are going up.
It's possible retaliation for an attack on a key bridge linking Russia to Crimea. Actor Kevin Spacey's sex assault trial featured a high-profile witness today.
Elton John testified via video link from Monaco. One of Spacey's alleged victims accused Spacey of assaulting him as he drove the Oscar winner to John's annual white tie and tiara ball in either 2004 or 2005. But John and his husband, David Furnish, testified that Spacey only attended once in 2001. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
Kevin Bacon backed actors on the picket lines today in New York.
Not all actors are super high-paid actors, that they are working-class people who are trying to, make a living, and that if they don't have a living wage.
They want higher pay, residuals from streamers and studios, and limits on AI. The FBI searching for a man known as the Sticky Note Bandit. So far, he's robbed 3 banks around Houston dressed as a woman. Investigators say he just hands the teller a note demanding money, but they're not saying exactly how much he's stolen so far. This is CBS News.
Staples stores provide innovative products and services for small business, remote workers and learners, even teachers and parents. Explore more at your local Staples store.
This is LA's Afternoon News
On KNX News, 97.1 FM.
The people you know.
The voices you trust.
3:03, I'm Rob Archer.
And I'm Karen Adams.
Hollywood on strike. Now the latest from KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Netflix on Sunset was the focus of one of today's largest and loudest pickets. A congressman walked the line, but one person many people expected to see was missing. Our Craig Figner reports from Hollywood.
They're here in force, hundreds of them closing off the entrance to Sunset Bronson Studios. And one thing I can't help but observe is the absence of Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez. This is his district. Congressman Adam Schiff is here. It's also his district as a member of Congress. But there's apparently this advice from the LA City Attorney, Heidi Feldstein Soto, for council members not to participate in these events, as it could create a conflict of interest in studio business if it comes up for a vote at City Hall.
I can't speak to the issues affecting city elected officials, but I can tell you from the point of view of the Congress, we need to be in the fight with working people.
I think it's really unfortunate if the elected representatives of the people are somehow silenced from speaking out. I don't see it as a conflict of interest for elected leaders to step forward, stand up and say working people matter.
SAG-AFTRA's chief negotiator, Duncan Crabtree Ireland, we did get this statement from Councilmember Soto Martinez's office. He is planning on going to a Netflix Paramount protest a week from today, and on the guidance from the LA City Attorney, I'll just read it to you here. We appreciate the city attorney's advice and will use it to weigh future pros and cons of participating in actions in these pickets. In Hollywood, I'm Craig Figner, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
The strike already having an effect on TV's fall schedule. For example, Yellowstone is coming to network TV. CBS announced going to move its popular show from Paramount Plus onto its primetime lineup. They're going to start with the first season, as I understand it. British version, I should say, of the sitcom Ghosts, also being pulled from streaming onto the broadcast network. CBS will also show extended 90-minute versions of its reality show Survivor and also The Amazing Race. Summer shows Big Brother and The Challenge USA will also extend into the fall.
LA Mayor Karen Bass is speaking out about the SAG-AFTRA WGA strike, but she's careful not to take sides. In a statement, Bass says in all industries, including entertainment, Angelenos deserve fair contracts. She adds a strong business sector is essential for LA to become affordable for working families again. And what's being done to get you to slow down out there? It's coming up. It's 3:06.
Take a look at traffic now. Here he is, Brian Douglas.
All right, let's take a look at the 405 in the beautiful and hot San Fernando Valley. It's going to be northbound just past Nordoff. We have or just had something here affecting at least one of your lanes in that northbound side. So you're slow coming down the hill into the valley, and that's a little slower once you reach the valley floor right around Burbank Boulevard. On your northbound drive, getting there from Culver City, your slowing begins right at Culver Boulevard. Slow up to Sunset, southbound. Heavy from Wilshire. We still have this issue. Two big rigs got into it. Southbound side of the 710, just as you pass Shoreline. So that's as you head into the ports or transition to Terminal Island here. We do have some lanes blocked, and that South 710. That loads up right before Del Amo. Really heavy, as a matter of fact. Your northbound side slow as well, all the way up towards the 91. Speaking of the 91, I am hearing that we might have a crash 91 west at Atlantic. Looks like no lanes are blocked now. You might see some activity over to the side. We do have something 91 right at Santa Fe on our eastbound side. Another crash. This happened in the middle lane. Heavy from the 110 on that eastbound side over towards Cherry, and then after that, things break free. Orange County starting to get a little heavy on that North 5 out of Irvine. The 91 through Anaheim Hills already a tough one as well. Main line's heavy. About a quarter mile before you even get to the scales. Next report's coming up 3:15 from the Toyota of Glendora.com 24-hour traffic center.
The big time heat goes on through tonight, and while it's still going to be hot the rest of the week, maybe not quite as roasting as we were over the weekend, but still very hot. Heat advisory continues through 11 p.m. tonight. This includes much of LA County, much of Orange County, and then we have the excessive heat warning for the Inland Empire into central and northern Ventura County, into San Bernardino and Riverside counties. In the advisory areas, we're talking about highs in the 90s to near 100, and the warning areas, we're talking about highs 105 to 110 plus. That includes places like Palmdale, as well as into the inland areas further north and west. I'm meteorologist Mark Thibodeau, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Right now, 95 degrees in Northridge, 78 in Hawthorne, 87 in Anaheim.
A person is in critical condition after being pulled from a lake at the Magic Johnson Park in Willowbrook. The fire department and dive team responded to a call around 12:40 this afternoon that someone had jumped into the water but never came out. About an hour later, the dive team found them, and they were transported to the hospital. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about what happened.
People who lost everything when their home slid down a bluff in the South Bay are still looking for answers and a place to live. Emily Valdez has an update from one of the homeowners.
It's busy in the gated community in Rolling Hills Estates where 12 homes slid down the hill. A bunch of others red tagged. There's surveyors everywhere. Deputies are there because one of the homes was burglarized. They caught the thieves.
So I heard that the management company, I think it was the middle of last week, did sign off on hiring the soils person to come out.
Katie Schwartz lost her home, everything in it.
Causes, I don't think anyone really knows yet.
She found out the hard way her regular homeowner's insurance doesn't cover landslides.
But now I'm telling my friends and family, check and see what's available. What can you pay more for just to get coverage? Because it's not like you just lose your house. You lose 26 years of equity, and we still have to pay our home loan. And there's a lot more to it than just you lose your house.
She's looking for someone from the university, another geologist, to come out, assess the property, kind of like getting a second opinion. Reporting from the Palos Verdes Peninsula, I'm Emily Valdez, KNX News 97.1 FM.
People are still driving too fast on California streets and freeways with deadly consequences. Our Pete Demetrio reports an effort to get people to just slow down.
Statewide, during the last maximum enforcement period over the Independence Day weekend, the CHP issued over 9,700 speeding tickets statewide. Barbara Rooney, the director of the Office of Traffic Safety, says it's not just speed on the highways that's a problem. High speed on any road can be fatal to pedestrians.
A pedestrian struck by a vehicle going just 31 miles per hour versus 19 miles per hour has a 70% higher chance of not surviving and not making it home to their loved ones.
Caltrans is also pushing the safety message better slow than sorry, pointing out that on average 12 Californians a day are killed on the roads. And they're urging people to drive slower through construction zones or risk a doubling of the fine of the traffic violation when they're pulled over. At CHP headquarters in Glendale, I'm Pete Demetrio, KNX News 97.1 FM.
It's 3:11.
The news is flying by during the workday. Get caught up on your ride home.
LA's afternoon news on KNX News 97.1 FM.
Hey there, I'm Mark Menard.
And I'm Zach Clark.
Together we host Odyssey's weekly quirky quiz show, Name That News.
Our goal is to bring a little levity to the news, which can be pretty heavy.
Each week we'll take some odd news clips wildly out of context